So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 3 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now, the stories I wanted to talk about in today's video include Sony boss Herman Hultz hyping up another new title in the works for the PlayStation 5, the Bloodborne Remaster, Remake / Bloodborne 2 situation has a new update, and Capcom has news coming this Monday. First, yes or no, are you a fan of online games or not? This relates to one of the stories we're going to go over today, and I'm curious how many of you care about online titles. I know you guys love single player games like the ones PlayStation releases, but do you guys like online games? So comment below, yes or no, are you a fan of online games or not? Let me know down in the comments below. Now diving into the first story of the video, Sony boss Herman Hultz hypes up a new title. So Sony did a lot last year, from acquiring multiple studios to releasing big hitters on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. They also revealed partnerships that they have with new studios built up with veterans from famous studios in the industry. This includes the likes of Deviation Games, which includes ex Call of Duty developers, Haven Studios, which includes ex Assassin's Creed developers, and of course Firewalk Studios, who announced last year they're working on a multiplayer title in partnership with PlayStation. The studio includes ex Destiny, Mass Effect, BioShock, Apex Legends developers, so there seems to be some diverse talent here. They started their studio back in 2018 according to their PlayStation blog post, so I would assume they'd have something to show in the near future, because this year would mark 4 years since they started their studio, so maybe a teaser or something like that. But in terms of today's conversation, Herman Hultz is back again to hype up another studio working on a PlayStation project. Recently, Firewalk Studios posted a set of jobs on Twitter saying, "We're partnering with PlayStation on an exciting new multiplayer IP. Check out our latest positions, open positions at," and of course they provide a link. But then you had Herman Hultz come in and say, "Absolutely psyched about this project." Last time he did this was for PlayStation London, and over there he stated, "Stoked about London Studio HQ's new project." They also posted a bunch of jobs. Obviously, this is all to hype up people getting into each of these studios. Now, I'm not going to analyze and compare the wording here from PlayStation London to Firewalk, but it's interesting to see Herman get more vocal about studios working on PlayStation titles. We know Sony plans to have 10 games as a service titles set to come by 2026, so it's clear this is one of them. I'm just really curious what it'll be, considering the pool of talent at the studio and how high it is. Hopefully we hear something about it this year, since it'll be, again, 4 years since they started their studio. Now diving into the second story of the video, Capcom PlayStation 5 news coming Monday. Reading from Game Informer, Capcom tweeted out a random link today, and upon clicking it, you're brought to a relatively blank screen that features a countdown both in days and hours. At first glance, it's not really teasing anything except the inescapable loss of time that will soon come for all of us one day, but upon closer inspection, some fans have noticed that the font of the countdown is pretty similar to the font Capcom has been using for its newer Resident Evil entries, such as Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 8 Village. Now, don't get too excited and expect Resident Evil 9 or whatever it ends up being called. There's virtually no way Capcom is announcing that at the end of this countdown. For one, Village was just released last year, and two, Capcom has already said Village DLC is on the way. With that said, it wouldn't be surprising if DLC awaits us on the other end of this countdown. Of course, it could be the heavily rumored Resident Evil 4 remake. Using a long countdown such as this current 6-day one would be a great way to build up hype around that, especially if Capcom starts teasing even more as the countdown inches closer to zero. One important thing to note is that this could be related to Capcom's StreetFighter series. The countdown ends 3 days after the finale of Capcom's StreetFighter Pro Tour. Perhaps the company is ready to reveal StreetFighter 6 or something else related to its long-running fighting series. Only time will tell. So it's really anyone's guess here, but it seems to be narrowed down to Street Fighter and Resident Evil 8 DLC. Both make sense. Development on the DLC started in January 2021, according to Capcom, so they could tease that for a release later this year, maybe alongside, PlayStation VR 2 version of Resident Evil 8, one can hope. And as for Street Fighter 6, it's been so long since Street Fighter 5 released, literally 6 years ago today. So it also makes sense for that to possibly be at the end of this countdown. The countdown timer ends this Monday at 1 a.m. So let's see what happens. But you guys let me know what you think it'll be. Resident Evil 4 Remake, Resident Evil 8 DLC, or Street Fighter 6. Let me know down in the comments below. And now diving into the final story of the video, Bloodborne Remaster/Remake and Bloodborne 2 are possibly not in the works. Reading from Gaming Bolt, over the years there have been multiple rumors surrounding a potential Bloodborne Remaster PC port or sequel following the acquisition of Bluepoint Games by Sony. Rumors swirled again about the former developing a sequel and remaster for PlayStation 5. However, noted insider Omnipotent, who's leaked several details for Elden Ring over the years, said on Reset Era that it's not happening. After referencing director Hidetaka Miyazaki's statement on being done with the Dark Souls and Bloodborne series, likely referencing this interview with GameSpot, they added, "Never say never, I guess, and it's definitely far more likely than any sequel, but with that being said, in my entire time as an insider, I've been privy to a lot of stuff that From has worked on or been even somewhat related to in the past few years, Sekiro and Elden Ring being the big ones obviously, but also Demon Souls Remake, Dark Souls Remastered, Metal Wolf Chaos, Daracene, and stuff that hasn't been announced yet. While I don't know every detail of everything, and some things I've known far more about than others, I've never come across anything being done with Bloodborne, even when actively seeking it out. Multiple times over a period of years, sequel, remaster, PC port, even a patch. Never have I heard a peep about anything, at least not from a concretely reliable place. So do with that information what you will. So this story is an interesting one because the last report in regards to a Bloodborne remaster comes from Colin Moriarty of Sacred Symbols. Colin doesn't really throw up rumors unless he has some solid sources backing it up, especially since he literally tweeted a direct point to Bluepoint working on something Bloodborne related, stating this last year on Twitter: "I'm hearing through the grapevine Bluepoint may be on a journey to Yharnam. Yharnam is the location Bloodborne takes place in." So we have two people stating two different things. I personally believe something Bloodborne is happening, especially since Sony has held off on officially releasing a 60 FPS patch for the current game, making me think they're saving that for a remaster at least, which would be lame if that was the case, but that's just a guess. Bluepoint is working on a new IP and possibly a remake. We'll see how this goes, if it's related to Bloodborne at the end of the day or it's something else. But you guys let me know if you think Bloodborne remaster/remake is still happening or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps. To subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "Bring on the news." Obviously, this relates to what Capcom is going to announce on Monday morning. I'm excited to see what it is. Hopefully, it is something Resident Evil related. I'm not really the biggest fan of Street Fighter, but you guys, if you guys are excited for what's to come on Monday, destroy the comment section with "Bring on the news," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.